my friends. It's your tour guide to the animated horror side, me, Preston E. And tonight, they're coming to get you, Barbara, as we take a look at Night of the Animated Dead. This animated version of George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead 1968 classic is a 2021 near scene-for-scene color remake of the old-school black and white classic with Katharine Isabelle as Barbara, Dule Hill as Ben, Josh Duhamel as Harry Cooper, Nancy Travis as Helen, Catherine Sackhoff as Judy, James Roday Rodriguez as Tom, Jimmy Simpson as Johnny, Will Sasso as Sheriff McKellen, and of course, Jerry Mathers as the Beaver. Of course, I'm kidding, though he might be in there somewhere as a zombie. The movie opens where the original classic 1968 version does, with Brother Johnny and his sister Barbara pulling up to the cemetery to pay respects to their dearly departed daddy. Barbara is teased relentlessly by Brother Johnny over her fear of the cemetery.
Johnny!
Hey, you're still afraid.
Stop it now, I mean it.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
And cue the graveyard zombie who gets in a wrestling match with Johnny as Johnny attempts to save his sister. Look, I got all the respect in the world for Johnny and his bravery for fighting for his sister against the graveyard ghoul. But it doesn't speak well for your fighting abilities if you get your butt handed to you within seconds by some dead dude. Anyway, the corpse creep chases Barbara to an old farmhouse where she goes all catatonic and meets up with our hero, Ben, who pulls up looking for a key to the gas pump from a truck he found abandoned at Beekman's Diner. More on that later. After fighting off some zombies, Ben realizes it's tool time, and realizes they must board the place up to protect them from the feisty undead fiends. Meanwhile, Barbara spaces out with a blank look on her face, showing she would be great in the movie Legally Blonde. It's the perfect day to watch your brother become a zombie snack. It's the perfect day to get kinda tonic and meet a man that's black. It's a perfect day. Like totally. While Barbara sits on her butt and makes Ben do all the work, we get a flashback to Beekman's Diner, which was only talked about in the original, but we get to see the scene of Ben finding the abandoned truck at the diner while being swarmed by zombies. We even see the semi-truck driver's demise in this version. Boom! Here come the boom! Ready or not, the zombies are here and it's hot. After a freak out of Barbara reliving the death of her brother, Ben tries to keep her safe when she wants to leave the house to find him. Ben slaps the crap out of her and makes her pass out. Took her long enough for her brain to understand the concept of pain. Hey, she slapped me first. At least a brother can work in peace now. Eventually, Barbara does come to in just enough time to meet young Tom and middle-aged Harry Cooper, who is constantly angry and growling like he has an impacted bowel. After arguing with Ben about how the cellar is a safer place to be down in other than the upstairs, Ben counterpoints that the cellar is a death trap. Ben finally has enough.
Now get the hell down in the cellar. Go be boss down there. I'm boss up here.
Wait, I thought Tony Danza was the boss. Or Bruce Springsteen. Oh man, now I'm just confused. Meanwhile, in the cellar, Harry's wife tends to daughter Karen, who was bitten by a zombie. While Tom's girlfriend Judy comes upstairs only to have Tom tell her to go back downstairs to babysit Harry and Helen's little soon-to-be ghoul. So Harry and Helen can have a romantic getaway to the upstairs since there's a TV there, a radio, and food, and Harry's too cheap to spring for a trip to Branson. A plan is made to get to the gas pump as they get keys they think are the right ones. Ben, Tom, and Judy road trip to the pump only to find out the keys they have are the wrong ones. Ben shoots off the lock. Tom gets gas everywhere, but in the hole it's supposed to go into. The torch ignites the truck, and our two lovebirds drive off in the flaming death trap, only to have this gruesome scene.
Tom, help me!
They must have been playing hockey. What a face-off. Harry locks Ben out with the ghouls, but Ben breaks in anyway, only to break Harry's face for being such a dickweed.
How to drag you out there and feed you to those things?
Guess he had to punch out. The zombies eventually break into the house as a newly zombified Karen kills her mom with a trowel and eats her dad too. I mean, she's acted like a brat before when her mom and dad refused to get her toys she wanted at Walmart. So this kind of behavior is really not new to them. Ben ironically goes into the cellar to save himself from the zombie horde. Ben survives the night only to get shot by Sheriff Will Sasso and his posse, who thinks he's a zombie. Aw, Barney, this is why we make you keep the bullet in your pocket, because of stuff like this. Night of the Animated Dead is not as foreboding or as creepy as the original, but to be fair, no remake could ever be. It does lop off a good 20 minutes of the original's running time, which pretty much accounts to just lopping off extended hammering scenes and longer dialogue about cellars and upstairs. What results is a tidy and tighter retelling, which gets to the action quicker while adding scenes never seen before, like Ben at Beatnik's Diner, plus a very gruesome death of Tom and Judy, which is quite disturbing and detailed. The movie is pretty faithful to the original, with the voice actors adding energy and gusto to the characters. Well, that about does it for me. As we are now into the Halloween season, I'm going to go a lot more heavy on the horror side, and I hope you'll join me for the scares. Please like, subscribe, and share. I've been Preston E. Garrison, and I'm out of here!
Go down in your damn cellar and get out of here!
Gladly. It's cozy down there.